YouTube. This is Philly J here with Different Dimension Gaming, coming at you with episode 2 of Local Lockdown. This week we had Swordsoul versus Drytron. We're just going to get a really quick cut here with both decks. I am once again on the bottom, my opponent is on the top, and once again we have got your boy Jimmy coming in with another assist. We had a really fun duel with him in the first episode of Local Lockdown, and we're going to try to get as many duels recorded as we can per week with locals, but some people aren't really comfortable with filming, and of course, once again, we lost the die roll. Guess he just is somehow better than us. But we did open Double Ecclesia, Taya, Adhara, and a copy of Droll. Obviously, with our opponent on Drytron, they elected to go first. He's going to activate Alpha, Tribute Benten. We're going to let him resolve both effects and shut down his turn as fast as we can. Just going to search out a copy of another Benten and the Blackluster Soldier Chaos Max, I think it is. Or the Magician of Black Chaos Max, whichever, the one that effectively skips your opponent's turn. But we are going to drop Droll here, and he's going to give himself a little ponder. I don't know a lot about Drytron, but in this game I learned that Droll is pretty good against it. Once again, he's going to activate one of the Drytrons in hand, tributing the second copy of Benten. Unfortunately, can't resolve the effect because Droll is a heck of a card. Overlay both of those into the Mu Beta Fafnir, which will send a card from deck to graveyard. He's going to send his copy of, I think, Gamma. Again, I really don't know my Drytrons, guys. I'm sorry. Activate the Ritual Spell. Use the effect of Mu Beta Fafnir. I mean, this is such a cool effect. Detach materials to Ritual Summon is so cool. He's going to summon that Chaos Max, and then he's going to link off into his copy of really a cool card in Dynamundo. Just looking for it in his extra deck here. There he goes. Link 2 into Dynamundo, and this card genuinely says just end the game. Pass his turn. We drew Imperm, which we can't activate because he tributes for cost, and we just go, okay, we'll just keep that in hand. And then on summon, he's going to get the Chaos Max, use the effect Tribute for cost, and that is it. No monster effects this turn. Give ourselves a little think here. Can't activate the Adhara in hand. So we're going to normal summon our copy of Taya and just swing for 1700. Not much else we can do this turn. I mean, we could go into a Monk with a Tenyi, but what's that really going to do? We can't summon anything. And we're going to set that copy of Imperm that we drew, but I think our opponent forgot we had, because it seems like he just went for the swing, forgetting that Imperm was set. Which, I mean, we did reveal Imperm by accident because we thought we could negate the Dynamundo or the Chaos Max, but everything tributes for cost. I'm going to go ahead here, activate Drytron Nova. We've got no interruptions here, but I think we slowed him down enough on the first turn with that Droll that he can't really do anything to stop us now. He's going to summon out one of the Drytrons. And we're riding Imperm into Dream at this point. A couple of hand shuffles, just trying to make it seem like we have something possibly. He's going to summon 2 more Drytrons and go into that Mu Beta Fafnir. Now we know this card's good enough to hit him with the Imperm and stop that sending. Off that Mu Beta Fafnir, he's going to do some thinking here. Now, at this point, I'm just watching the game and trying to figure out what I'm going to do on the crackback, because I've got nothing going on right now. Going to activate that Medionis Drytron, summon a copy of Ben 10. Tribute the Ben 10 to do some sort of Drytron play. I am sorry, the commentary kind of sucks, you guys. I just don't know what Drytrons do. And I don't know them well enough off the art to tell you which one is which. To search I think another copy of Bent in there. And Herald of Ultimateness, I do believe. And I think he's going to activate that Medionis in the graveyard to reduce the attack by 1,000 of the Drytron on the field to add it back to hand. Here comes another Drytron. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and I'm just hand shuffling and hoping that we see a next turn because I have got nothing going on right now. Normal summon of Diviner of the Herald to send a copy of, I think, Herald of Arclight from extra deck to grave. A copy of Entis, which is actually worse because now we have an empty field. At least with the copy of Taya, we had, a blocker out. Ritual summon into the big Drytron. We got 4,500 attack coming at us. So we take a ton of damage, and our opponent, I do believe, just passes the turn after this. I'm just making sure I know what effects do, making sure it doesn't do anything on my turn to completely ruin my crackback. He's explaining a couple cards in the graveyard to me, and I am just getting ready to draw for turn. I think I top decked a copy of Moye. Special summon the Taya and the Tenyi in hand. Link that into our copy of Monk. It occurs to me now that I had a slight misplay where I banished the Tenyi from grave to pop his Drytron, where I could have summoned the I don't know. Something happened and I screwed up. That's pretty much the extent of what I can tell you that I did. I did record this duel yesterday, and I hadn't had time to do the commentary until now. I just had a lot of personal stuff going on. So I'm just trying to go off of memory with what happened in this game here. We ended up losing our copy of Monk. Then we just special summon our copy of Ecclesia. Activate effect. Do a little search. Trying to figure out what the best copy to search for is. I think I ended up going for Moye. I think I went for Taya. I went for Taya because I didn't have another Swordsoul in hand, so we go for the Taya to banish one from grave. We're going to Taya, banish Taya, summon a token. Token there, and then we're just going to right away, we're going to synchro summon into our copy of Shishao. Chainlink 1 Shishao, Chainlink 2 Taya, because we really want to get that search. Off the Taya, we're going to dump our copy of, I think, Moye. Dump a copy of Moye, and we add the Swordsoul Emergence to hand. We'll shuffle there. We've got we're going to activate the Emergence. Searching for our copy of, I think, Long One here. Going for the Swordsoul Sacred Summit. We're going to reborn back the Moye to activate and resolve effect. That makes sense. Just cut. Going to activate the Sacred Summit, I do believe. Right, activate that copy of Sacred Summit. Clearly something is going on and I'm doing too much thinking here. So we activate the Sacred Summit. Bring back our copy of Moye. Going to activate the effect of Moye. We're just going to attack with Moye because it's not a Swordsoul card in hand. I'm going to attack directly for 28. Main phase 2, we're going to set 1 and pass the turn. The one card left in hand is a Cleave, so we must have top decked an Imperm. Our opponent's going to activate Drytron field spell over field spell to get a search. Grab that copy of Drytron Nova. Searching a Drytron from deck. We're just looking at our hand again, trying to make it seem like we might have an Ash Blossom, but really it's just an Ecclesia. Drytron, Tribute Drytron. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with that Imperm. Just trying to stop our opponent where we can, because again, if Drytron gets going, it's hard to stop them. So I'm going to Tribute 1. I think that's Gamma and Delta. It's going to go into his copy of Mu Beta Fafnir, and we're going to hit him with the Shishao to negate the effect. Making sure how to properly negate the effect. Banish a worm from grave to negate. And Jimmy's gonna think about it for a minute, decide what he's doing, and he's just going to have a look at his graveyard. Look at the extra deck. And he's really just trying to figure out what to do next. With that, he's just going to scoop it up, and we're going to jump into game 2. Here we go. Cut, and he's going to elect to go first. We have a look at our hand, and our hand's pretty good. We opened the same Tenyi, we opened Swordsoul, we opened Imperm, Blackout, and I think Emergence. It's going to go ahead and Cyber Emergency, searching his copy of, I believe, Alpha. Also, we have Long One and the it's not Adhara. Whatever the red Tenyi is, that's the one that we have. Go ahead and activate that pre-preparation of rights. It's a little bit chilly, so we just bring down the sleeves. Do a little more thinking. Try to figure out what our plan is. Alpha tribute Benton. And we're holding this imperm for the Mu Beta Fafnir. Occurred to me, at least with Jimmy's build, that this was the best place to interrupt, so we're just going to hold it for that. Copy of Talents in hand, not a Swordsoul. So Blackout, Imperm, Longwan, Tenyi, and Talents. To normal summon his copy of Diviner of the Herald. Send the Herald of Arclight in order to search. Go ahead and overlay for that copy of Mu Beta Fafnir, and I am just getting that imperm ready to drop. Summons it, hit him with the imperm right away, and he starts to question his dueling decisions. Go ahead and activate that copy of Medionis Drytron, attributing the one in hand for the Magician Max. Link off into that copy of Dynamundo. Now we have to figure out how to deal with this freaking Magician one more time. So in my head, I'm going, if we just top deck that called by, we're all set. Giving that Dynamundo a read, trying to figure out a way to possibly stop it when it comes back to our turn, but I don't think we have a way to actually stop it. Well, it goes ahead, passes turn over to us. We end up drawing our copy of Shathana, tributes to summon, tribute the Mu Beta, and there it goes. He ended up doing this in the main phase, I think. So we're gonna pass turn. We're gonna sit on our hand and let our opponent try to activate a couple effects. Figure if we can't activate monster effects, maybe we just take some damage, or we possibly just take the game loss and we get to go first in game 3 if we have to. Goes ahead and summons back the copy of Alpha by attributing the Natasha from hand. Searches the Herald of Ultimateness, gold ghost rare Herald of Ultimateness. And he ended up, I forget the second card he searched, but it ended up being a decent little card. Activate the Medionis Drytron, tribute one of them to summon out the copy of Ultimateness. Goes to the battle phase and hits us for about a bajillion damage, but not quite enough to end the game. So now he's got 2 cards in hand, and I'm trying to figure out how to run my hand in order to play around the Herald of Ultimateness. I don't know either card in hand. I'm just giving him a cut of the deck to make sure there's no shenanigans involved. I'm going to draw for turn, and we're going to start to try to activate effects, stand by main, activate the Shathana, try to summon it from hand. Which he lets go, and I think, okay, maybe he doesn't have one in hand. So we go ahead, summon the Monk of the Tenyi, and we attempt to activate the Shathana Engrave to summon one from deck. And he lets it go through circle. I'm going, okay, we got no problems here. We're just going to combo and figure out where to go once we can figure out if he's got any cards in hand whatsoever. Right, we summon that copy of Adhara from the deck. He cannot activate the effect of his Magician of Black Chaos Max because he does not summon it this turn. Go ahead and normal summon our copy of Moye, reveal the Long One. And summon our token. And we're going to Synchro Summon into our copy of Shishao. We're going to Chainlink 1 Shishao, Chainlink 2 Moye. Figure he's going to making sure that he understands which effects are being activated in the Chainlink order. We're going to draw first, look at our card that we drew, and then we're going to start searching the deck. I'm going to grab our copy of, I think we grabbed Taya? We're going to grab a copy of Emergence so we can search out the Taya. Classic Yu-Gi-Oh card where you search the searcher. Activate the Emergence. Search the deck for a copy of Taya. We're going to activate the Long One. Pitching the Taya to summon the Long One. Summon our token. And once again, we are going to Synchro Summon. We're going to summon into our copy of... It's going to activate. So here he activates the Herald of Ultimateness on the summon to pop it. That was our copy of Cheng Ying. And now since he activated a monster effect, we can hit him with a copy of Talents. We're going to look at the extra deck one more time, figure out what we're going to summon if we take his Magician of Black Chaos. What level 9 synchros are we running? Okay, with the Talents, we thought about taking the Herald, but the Blacklisted Soul, the Magician of Black Chaos is a level 8. We can use it to Synchro Summon. Jimmy is just someone asked what we were doing, so we explained that we're filming our duel, and he's just going to show the kid how to find our channel and his own channel. Go follow your boy Jimmy. He's a good guy. So we're going to end up Synchro Summoning into our copy of I think Xiaofeng of the Yangzing. Attack with that, attack with our copy of Shishao, and attack with our copy of Monk. To deal with him a crap load of damage, where he will end up going to set a card, pass a turn, he's going to draw, realize he's got nothing to do, and scoop it up.